Okay, well, first and foremost, welcome back to, I guess, a bi-weekly breakdown because I missed the last week. Biggest difference you'll notice moving forward is now I'm all dressed up. Today what we're going to be talking about is where the hell is GME going. I'll touch on a bit of the rest of the broad market. But yeah, we've got a good bit of stuff to go over. I didn't do one last week because, you know, nothing had changed, and obviously if you've been watching the stock, I was right. So what happens from here, right? Now before we get into the analysis, shameless plug, if you guys do want to trade with me in the gang, which I don't know why you wouldn't, we've absolutely crushed last week. The whole week, right, we've been averaging into Tesla and Netflix shorts, and obviously, as you can see, those paid out amazing. I had to celebrate this weekend. I cashed out a good bit, and I got really fucked up at Korean barbecue. So if you guys are interested in trading with the gang, learning how we do it, the link to sign up, as always, is in my Twitter bio and in the description of this video. Let's move into GME. So in my last breakdown, I was saying that we would expect to fail. I'm not even gonna draw the levels because, you know, they're already here. Or no, I will. Fuck it, right? We were expecting a fail basically between here, right? This was the thesis from the last video. We would fail this range. And what day was this? This was Monday of last week, I believe. To the penny, we failed here. And I had, you know, great trade on my part. I would swing longs from here, all out at 29.63, and I was done, right? That was it. But moving forward, right, because we did get this fail, let's head on over to the full count now. And this would be more or less what we're looking at now. More or less. I guess, actually, I can, shit. The irony is, like, this is actually correct, so I can just move that there, like this. Wow, this is tracked amazing, holy shit. Beautiful. Yeah, something like this, right? More or less. So the thesis, you know, the too lazy didn't read is we are 100% going to lose our low that we hit into earnings. And this shouldn't be a surprise. This should come as no surprise. I had been preaching this since the very beginning. And the giveaway was this. Here's the giveaway. So what I'm really big on in Discord is showing all the possibilities moving forward. And so the giveaway to watch for the big breakdown was this came down in 5, which tells us this is a trend change. And so moving forward, right, this told us that we had to watch for some sort of ABC from this low before turning down, and that's exactly what we got, right? So we were looking at possibilities like this, and this was from last week, and I can go up even farther and like show you that this really came as no surprise whatsoever, right? So as you can see, like, we had been tracking this the whole time, and there's really nothing about this that caught anyone off guard. So we prepared for the massive downturn that came, and there's no reason that even if you're not trading with us, like, the information had been laid out what was expected to happen. The failure between the very specific zones, and I tweeted this out last week. But essentially, right, this is what I'm looking at. As to where we actually bottom, big zones lie between 22 and 20.95, 19.44 being the larger degree invalidation. But let me touch on that really quickly. So I see a lot of talk because, I mean, I do know that a good amount of people tune in to like see what I have to say, and I'm very grateful that you guys do that. But I do see misinformation spread around as well. You know, bull invalidation. What this means, right, it doesn't kill the whole thesis. What I'm saying by this is if we do come below that 19.44, this whole idea of this being an impulse out is invalid. But what does that mean, though? What does it really mean? Well, the truth is this. It's just part of a bigger correction line. It would just be ABC into W, or actually, you know what, I probably counted a little bit differently. We go ABC into W here, X, and then ABC into Y. It would come a little bit lower, you know, maybe like it's 15 to 18-ish, and then it's, you know, we'd essentially be repeating this whole thing that I have on screen here. This time is not to scale, obviously. You can't really time Elliott waves, it's just price points. That being said, right, I do think it is most probable we find a bottom between 22 and, you know, 21, I guess anything up to 19.44. But if we do break below there, I mean, like, again, it just means that the correction was longer, and that all of this, you know, is part of a bigger correction. It would be annoying just because, like, this whole setup would essentially have to restart itself, but it doesn't, you know, kill the thesis. But the thing is, though, like, I mean, me personally, I'm not stressed because I've been waiting. I've been waiting to get into this, you know, to really buy a lot because I trust my analysis and I believe that we're coming down to at least 22, at least. And, you know, I'm not gonna, if I do place my buy in that range and become below 19.44, like I'm not gonna sell out, you know. But I'm just saying, me personally, and the rest of the people trading with us, it hasn't really been stressful because we've like been anticipating this. And when I first made the video about this, you know, like over a month ago, we were up here like 37, 38, and I'm like 22's coming, and it did. But the thing is, if we pull it up like a fractal view, this whole move down it's the same thing. And I can pull up this view as well. This is, you know, something, what the hell? Oh, it like broke it up. That's funny. I have like so many drawings that I had to split into 2 tabs. But yeah, more or less, right, it's this. I think that's it. But from here we had 7 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And from here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it gonna be 5 or is it gonna be 7? If it's 5, then we set a higher low. If it's 7, then what I was saying about, you know, 18-ish will likely be the low. But I'm indifferent, you know, I'm still waiting. I'm not stressing at all. It'll be one of the two. Right, it's either or. So let's say we do come to say 22, but we come back up and we can't get above 27-ish, right? I say 27 because that's like this zone right here, right? Like here, right? If we get up and we like fail that, or maybe you'd even be down here. Like there's no way to really tell, but you'll know, right? It'll be really strong. It'll be a strong move up. So it's either or. It's up in the air. But now we can move into other tickers, right? I think I'm only really gonna cover SPY because it would be unfair to clients if I show you guys all of the counts because we've been killing it. We have been killing it. I had a crazy week last week. But this is, you know, more or less what I'm looking at SPY moving forward. I don't think anymore that we're gonna make a gun to all-time highs, but this is contingent on whether or not we do break below our June lows, which we bounced on Friday. I don't think it'll hold. I do think we are gonna take those out, but only after we take out these lows here at 360, then we'll begin to reverse, right? You gotta get everyone bearish first, make everyone think everything is falling apart, and then we rip it, stop everyone out of their positions. Realistically, that's what's gonna happen. As to how high it goes, I can't really tell you that. I don't know. But you know, it would probably be something like, you know, even if it's an ABC or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter. You know, maybe something like this, back to up to here, and then bye-bye. Bye-bye. I don't know, you know, obviously we're not there yet and we're just trading what we see in front of us, but yeah, there's not really much to explain here. It's, you know, it's been tracking amazing. Realistic into this week, I expect us to fail between 371 and 373, and that would take us down to new lows, and once we hit those lows, that's when I begin to start averaging into longs. But you know, relatively low risk because we've been shorting it like more or less the whole time as it's been coming down. But I think that covers about everything that I wanted to talk about. So I guess, you know, again, going back to GME, it's we either find the low here or we recover from these lows, right? You know, be it from 20-ish, go from 20 to 24, 25-ish, and then we come lower. It's either or. But having waited this long to begin averaging into the longer term positioning, either way, I'm fine with it, you know. Like, if we come down to here and bounce at 20, 21, 22, whatever, and we come back up and we fail, say 26, then at that point I can just hedge the longs that I took from down there, right? And I'm sitting pretty, like it's fine. So here's the chart one more time. You know, there isn't really much to say. We just need to start moving first, but we need to finish the correction. I don't think it's done. I think we're close. I don't think it's finished. So will we hit it this week? Most likely, I would say that's a very high probability, but can't say for sure. All we can do is react to what we see in the moment. I think that is about gonna wrap it up for me today though. Once again, if you would like to trade with us, you totally should. We've totally ramped up with what we're doing in the server. Every day I do a post-market stream, and if I can't do the stream, I'll put like a 10 to 15 video up going over the plan for the next day, and members have found it to be super, super helpful. There was one I put out last week. It was the day before the FOMC, and I made it, you know, I touched on GME quickly, and I was like, look, right, tomorrow if this comes up and it fails this little box, I want you guys to short the shit out of it, and it failed, and look what happened, right? And I mean, that's just one example. I showed you guys Tesla and Netflix earlier, but I do think if you guys do want to level up your trading, there's no better place to be than to be trading with us. I'll end it right there. I really hope you guys did enjoy and appreciate the information presented here today. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.